Hello. How is everybody doing on this Saturday night? Hope everybody is doing well. 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 Hope everybody. What? Thank you. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to share this and I don't know. What am I doing? I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. How y'all doing? Hey, love. Hey, I'm trying to figure out how to share. Okay. Oh, that ain't how I'm sure. Oh, y'all. This is a shame. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I could do it from here. Oh, yep, right here. Okay. Oh, shoot. Oh, oh my goodness. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, y'all, I do apologize for this. Oh. Okay, here we go. Um, all right. I was trying to share this, y'all, and didn't put the name in, y'all. Ugh, I tell you. Mm-mm. Okay. Okay, y'all. We got some good conversation we're gonna talk about, y'all. Just bear with me for a couple of more minutes. Okay. Now I can share it from here. Before I didn't have no name, so yeah, I was confused. Now what is that? I don't know. Okay, right here. See. Okay. Oh, y'all, I tell you. Y'all know life be life, and right? Right. Yes, yes, yes. So now, y'all, I need to share on my tablet on Messenger. I wish it was could do this without um yeah, with a way that I could do this, sharing that I'm talking about without, having to do all this. Cause this until like I get more used to doing it, it's time consuming for me, y'all. If y'all don't mind, could you go ahead on and give me a good old thumbs up? I appreciate y'all being in the building with me on tonight. Yes, I do. Okay. Now, y'all know we can make the simplest thing complicated. Because for me, y'all, this is complicated. You know. Yeah, it's complicated for me. But I'm just finna share this with a couple of people. And yeah. That's all I'm finna do. Okay, share. Come on, pop up, pop up, pop up. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. All right, y'all. Okay. All right. All right. Is that? Did I cut the? I think I cut the volume down. Let me double check. I'm sorry for being all up in y'all face like that. I apologize. Okay. All right, y'all. One of the main things that we're going to be talking about is what's in the title. That's what we're gonna talk about, y'all. That is what we're gonna talk about. Let me mute my TV. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Because people have different opinions about what they would do. How they will handle it. And yeah. So I'm pretty sure we all adults here, so we're gonna talk about it. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so my question is, what would you do? Oh, well, let me rephrase that. If your spouse was cheating, your mate, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, your significant other, if they were cheating on you, would you want them to just come and tell you? Or if you knew someone that knew that they were cheating, would you want them to come and tell you? Or would you want to just kind of figure it out on your own? Or even know and act like you didn't know? What I mean, how y'all feel about it? That is that's what we're talking about. Yeah. Yes, honey. Don't nobody know if they've never experienced that. So yeah. So y'all tell me what do you think? Or I'll just start the conversation. Yeah, I'll do that. As for me, I would want to know. Yeah, I would want to know. I would want to know rather if he told me or if someone else told me. I would want to know because I feel like, when you make up your mind to go out, to step outside of your relationship, whether you're married or you're just dating. I mean, not just dating, but you're in a relationship and you decide that you're going to step out. I think you should be man or woman enough to tell your spouse, your mate, that, hey, this is what I'm doing. If you bold enough to go out there in them streets doing things you have no business doing, then I feel like you should be bold enough to tell your mate what's on your mind, what you doing, you know? And then, like my motto is anything that you don't want me to do, then don't you do it. I mean, so many times people will do things that they know is wrong, but then they'll make an excuse for themselves for doing it. Like, what sense do that make? No, you don't need to make no excuse, for what you're doing, you know. And then a lot of times, y'all, I ain't gonna say a lot of times, I'm gonna say sometimes, because some people, it's just in them to cheat. That's what they want to do, period. I don't care, even if they marry you, they don't have the intentions on only being with you. They intend to keep you as their mate, but they intend to get out there and still play. Yeah. Some people do not take marriage vows for what they really are. People don't. And that's the truth, And a lot of, I feel like, and this is just my opinion. That's all. Okay. If you all don't mind, could you please give me a thumbs up? A lot of times people do not really, I'm talking about, have those serious, deep conversations before getting married. They don't. And one of the biggest things that I know because I have counseled different uh couples, And one of the biggest things, y'all, that they don't want to talk about is sex. Like, why not? What are you scared of? You want it. You want it. Both of you like it, but you're scared to talk about it. I don't get it. I don't understand. So, because they missed that area, they talked about everything else except that. Knowing that in their mind that that's at the top of the list. But yet you're scared to talk about it. I don't understand. But anyway, because people lack of communication in that area, a lot of times the marriage it gets poor, But my thing is be honest with your mate about what you like and what you don't like, because you have to remember this is somebody that you are planning on spending a lifetime with, not just a couple of years, but you are looking to spend a lifetime with this person, and I will hope that during this time that there will be intimacy, uh, but if you don't talk about it, maybe they're assuming that they gonna get things this way and that way, and you already know in your mind it ain't happening, So you need to talk. You need to talk. You know, unless you tell a person something, they don't know. They don't. They don't know. They can assume, or they can treat you like they treated the last person they was with. You know what I'm saying? And y'all two totally different individuals. So you gotta talk. You have to communicate. It's no getting around it. You have to. Because, if you don't, it's gonna be a mess. And y'all, the way, things are moving now, it don't take it long. It just don't. It don't take it long, y'all. So I'm just saying, and then y'all, I have a friend and she like, whatever he do, long as he don't bring no baby home. Well, I get that. But it's a whole lot of other things that if you cheating, you can bring home. That's just the bottom line. Like, you can go out here and sleep with somebody, bring that mess home to your mate, now the whole house messed up. Just terrible. I know a lady that her husband went out cheating on her and she was pregnant. She was pregnant. And he didn't only bring her one disease back, but he brought her two. And it cost them their baby. That little boy that she was carrying, all because of somebody wanting to go out and be in the streets when you got everything at home. I feel like a person that cheats is selfish. It's selfish. And that's sad. It really is. Because you don't have to be. You just don't have to be. But because people do things the way they want to do it a lot of times, and they really don't consider the other person, they go out and they do these things. But I just don't feel like you can honestly really say that you really love a person and go and lay with somebody else. And that's just me. That's just my opinion, and you everybody have their own opinion, but that's mine. I just if you don't play those type of games, you don't have to worry about getting caught up in them. You don't have to worry about that. But when you open up that door, you opening up things for disaster. Now you broke up, the kids is going their separate ways, and when you bring infidelity into your home, you open up a huge can of worms. Huge, like, oh, yeah. And then the thing of it is, don't nobody want to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about the mistakes that was made. Don't nobody want to talk about that. Because nobody wants to be humiliated and embarrassed for the mistakes that they made. Why not? You was kicking it when you was doing it. You was, having fun. You was being entertained when you was doing it. But now, you don't even want to talk about it. When you should have been having these conversations before you even got married. You should not plan on marrying a person and be afraid to tell them what you expect. Because if you tell a person what you expect, if they tell you, well, no, that ain't going down, then that means you need to move on, or you need to make up your mind, okay, that ain't gonna happen no more. One of the two. But don't be selfish and be like, I'm going to go on and marry him or her. Because, see, the thing is, it ain't just men. It's women, too. Baby, let me tell you. It's some women out here that's worse than men. That's the truth. That is the truth. And you got some women out here, they don't care what you do because they doing what they do too. And that's just sad. It's just disgusting. When I just feel like if it's going to get to that level, you go your way, they go the other way. I feel like, it's time to just split, because you cannot tell me that you in love with your husband or your wife and you out here doing everything under the sun with everybody under the sun. And then you want to come back home and act like everything is hunky-dory. No. Now this is me. I feel like if you go out, just stay out. Because, y'all, that's why this stuff happens over and over and over and over. Because us women, especially, they forgive. They forgive. No. I'm not cut from that cloth. If you cheat on me, I'm done. Because you've already shown me what I mean to you. That's it. And I know everybody is not like that. Some people feel like they've been married a certain amount of years, and if they may go out there and cheat on them, they're going to work it out. And that's fine. I don't have nothing against that. But I'm just talking about me and accepting that. I'm not going to accept it. You know, I was married twice. My first husband, anyway, but I found out he cheated. That cut me off. That turned me off. So I knew from that point I would not be with him again. So what was the use of holding on? No. But, and we had been married at that time almost 10 years. I know a lot of people would have stayed. No. Mm-mm. No, I got up out of that. And my second husband, which I lost in January of last year, man, they don't make them like him no more. They don't make them like him. Kind, just sweet, love you for you. Just so warm, No. And had I stayed in that first marriage, I would have missed out on all them years that I had with him. That wouldn't have been worth it to me. Yeah, wouldn't be. And y'all, let me tell you, cheating is a form of abuse. A lot of people feel like if your mate is not beating you up and doing all of that, it's not abuse. But it is. That's a lie. That's a lie, y'all. That is a lie. Anytime you cheated on, that's abuse. It's mental abuse for starters. But y'all, when this type of thing happens, you already got some kind of an idea. Like, for me, I couldn't put my hands on it. Like, I was kind of feeling like thinking a certain type of way. And, it was like, I just, was kind of pushing back, like, So, you get your little signs, but like me, I didn't ignore mine. If you're doing it, I want to know you're doing it, because I'm finna get rid of it. It's just that simple. It ain't gonna be tomorrow. None of that. It's gonna be today. No. That's what's wrong with society now. Society have taught women that if your husband, your mate, whatever, if they cheat on you, oh, baby, deal with it. Especially if he got a job. I don't care about you got no job. No. No. Because, see, here's the thing, y'all. They'll feel like it's okay to do it again. It's okay to do it again. And it's okay to do it again. See, and now they're going to say is, baby, I'm sorry. No. Like men and women, you have to know your self-worth. You have to know it without a shadow of a doubt. You have got to know it for yourself. That you're worth much more. you know. So don't allow nobody to make you feel bad because you're making adult decisions. Because see, if they cheat on you, they making an adult decision. Ain't nobody taking it from them. They giving it away. So that's an adult. That's a decision that they made. Yeah, and I'm a firm believer of if you make your bed hard, you gotta sleep in it. It's yours. It ain't mine. It's yours. And you got to deal with them cards that's played to you. You know. So y'all just, be wise in what you accept and what you don't accept, y'all. Because if you continue to do things the same way, I promise you, you're going to get the same results. So if you want something different, if you want something better, you got to do something different to get something better. That's how it works, y'all. You cannot continue to do the same thing and think you're going to get some different results, because you just ain't. That's just not ever, ever going to happen, y'all. It's not. It's just not going to happen. So, look, y'all. I think I'm about to get off of here. I had planned to be out here a little longer. But, y'all, this is just ice that I put in the Ninja. So good. But, y'all, know your self-worth. Know it. Don't let nobody just do you any kind of way, y'all. Because they will. They will. Every time. Every single time, y'all. Every time. And another thing, sometimes, y'all, we can feel guilty about other people's situation. And you don't have nothing to do with it. Nothing. So know your self-worth. Don't sit back and allow no one to be cheating on you and misuse you. None of that. Don't allow it. Don't allow it. Because, y'all, it's a form of abuse. It's a form of abuse. Anytime your mate cheat on you, it's a form of abuse. It is. And anytime that they talk all crazy to you, that's a form of abuse, y'all. It's sad. But some of us have got accustomed to abuse till we don't even know what it is. I don't even know what it is. But that's what it is, y'all. Anytime somebody is talking to you, yelling and that is abuse. That's abuse. So just be careful, y'all. Use wisdom in whatever you do, and remember, nobody is perfect and we all make mistakes. Okay? And we can't be holding over people's head. If we say that we forgive somebody, that's what we need to do. Yeah, that is exactly what we need to do. If you're going to forgive somebody, forgive them wholeheartedly, not a little bit here and a little bit there. If you forgive them. Because I'm going to tell you, forgiving a person is not for them, but it's for you. Yeah, baby, I learned it the hard way. See, I can forgive a person, but I don't forget. I can talk to you or look at you every day, and I have not forgot how you mistreated me. I ain't forgot that, and it ain't in the back of my head. It's up here. It's up in the forefront. Yeah, people tell y'all you need to forget that, forgive and forget. No, 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 no. Some things you need to remember. You need to remember, y'all. No. But if, like me, I'll forgive a person. And yeah, that's a done deal. But don't ask me to forget. Because you don't know what that wrongdoing done to me. So don't ask me to forget. Just be thankful that I forgave. Because I know me forgiving an individual, it ain't for them. But it's for me. It ain't for them. It's for me. So, y'all, you have to learn that and forgive people when they wrong you. I'm not saying deal with them again, but forgive them and keep it pushing. Yeah, forgive them. Yeah, forgive them and just keep going. Yeah, because life, y'all, life be lifing out here. It does. It be, but yeah. So, too many. I don't know. Maybe people afraid to talk about this conversation, but I don't know why. Cause it's life. It's life. So yeah, we're gonna have this conversation again, but it ain't gonna be like tomorrow. But we're gonna do it again. But the next time we have this conversation, I'm gonna put it on my YouTube post so that other people can come in, get their opinions, and be on the live with us. But all of you all that's on the live, I appreciate y'all. I don't know if anybody have been saying any. Y'all just been talking to me. I ain't saying nothing. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I ain't saying, I am just not saying y'all conversations. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm just not seeing them for real. But it's a serious situation, y'all. Everybody different. Everybody different. In some situations, it ain't no right way. It ain't no wrong way. Hello, how are you? It's just the individual. Some people, it's easy for them to forgive that kind of stuff, and then some people that are married, they feel like they've been married for so long, and even though he cheated or she cheated, sometimes it ain't the husband that cheated, it's these wives, because it's on both sides. But uh you just there is no way. Like some things I feel like you just shouldn't have a tolerance level for. Like it should be zero. you know, but everybody is different. Things that they can deal with, I'm like, oh no. And things I can deal with, they'll be like, no, I ain't dealing with that. So we're all different. And that's why I say in some situations, it ain't no right or wrong. It's just your opinion. And I just feel like it's just not cool. Like, no. No, 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 no. But you can't, because it's like once you start allowing somebody to just say, things started off they was this way and now they kind of getting this way. You got to catch that thing before it get all the way over here and let them know, hey, no, we ain't doing that. No, no, that's exactly right. Like, honey, look, mm-mm. I just like, I feel like this. If you gonna cheat, just go. Because you got to go anyway. So you might as well go ahead on and go. Just go the easy way. Go on, bye. I'm going to be cool. But, yeah, and y'all, like, when I separated from my first husband, it wasn't even that big of a deal. It wasn't. It was not. For me, it was not. Because you made this situation the way it is. I did. You did. So when you see, people throw the Bible, just hit you all upside the head with the word. Because they don't know the real story. Y'all, I just now really sure why I left my first husband. Just really sure. And that's been 20 some years ago. Yeah, 20 some years ago. But yeah, honey, I left her running and then go back. Yeah. Yeah, you have to make up your mind that you ain't gonna tolerate it. And then don't. Nobody is perfect. Everybody make mistakes, y'all. Well, let me tell you. Some things that people, I'm doing good. How you doing? Some things that people call mistakes, I don't call them mistakes. I feel like people do it just because that's what they want to do. Yeah. That's how I feel. But they do it, but they want you to forgive them or, act like it really didn't happen. When clearly we can see that it happened. So, no, some things, it's not even worth accepting an apology for because it's just not real. Yeah, and that's exactly right. A decision and not a mistake. That's very well said. Yeah. People, and this is my opinion, y'all. That's what we talking about. It's just our opinion. My opinion is people don't just get up in the morning and say, I think I'll go cheat today. Uh-uh. You've been thinking about this for a long time before it actually happens. 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. Now, I would say, at least I believe that. I don't believe that a man or a woman just get up and be like, you know what, today, I'm going and cheat. I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, now, don't get me wrong. Now, I know things can happen, like on a humbug, I would say. Like, you going out with your boys or your girls or whatever, and, you allow things to get out of hand, you know. So now things have gotten out of hand, and now you in a position where you ain't got to do it, but you done allow somebody else outside of your mate to get you all worked up. Anytime somebody outside of your marriage, your relationship can get you worked up, then there are some things that you need to work on with your mate. Because sometimes things are not told to the mate. So the mate, like, they don't know. You have to open your mouth and talk, speak. Not just assume that your mate know the position to take, But so many people, I don't understand, like, why they're afraid to talk about sex. I don't know. I really don't. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Like, you want it, but y'all scared to talk about it. And y'all say you're gonna marry each other. I don't get it. You might be marrying somebody that don't even like sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, communication. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. That's that what I'm saying. Like, you don't just get up and be like, ooh, hey, I know what I'm gonna do today. I'm going out here and cheat. No, that baby, y'all done plotted on that, thought about it. All that. Then you get out there, and then your mate like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Now all of a sudden, you done realize that over there, it's a mess. So now you want to come back over here. Oh no. Stay your little happy butt right out there. Yeah. Yeah. And that's how it is. But y'all, so many people, they put up with this foolishness. And that's what makes it hard out here, because people are so accepting this foolishness. Like, it's nothing. They accept it like it's what the doctor ordered. And I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't know how to even do that. I'm sorry about my hand. I'm sorry. Yeah, so yeah, you just have to learn how to love yourself and all that good stuff, and not be uh afraid to talk because, without communication, you don't have nothing. And if it's only one person communicating, you still ain't got nothing. You got a one-sided situation. And that ain't good for no relationship. So, yeah, yeah, y'all. Just, we have to think about this stuff and try to do things better because, you know, it's people looking at you, they watching you and all of this. And if your kids and grandkids see you put up with certain things, they'll feel like it's okay. Let me tell you, I hear these folks talk about my grandmama and my granddaddy. This happened and that happened. My grandmama ain't going nowhere. My granddaddy was right there. Well, that's good. Because this grandmama will be gone. Mm-mm. Yeah. But, like I said, some people was cut from that type of cloth. I was not. Hey, honey. So everybody just ain't cut from that same kind of cloth. Yeah, so back in them old days, honey, they was taught to basically accept abuse. Basically, that's what they were taught to do, because people threw that Bible on them and they didn't know no better. And then y'all have to realize people back then, some of them couldn't even read. So they accepted, what was dished out to them. Yeah, they accepted that. Whereas, now some women is taught that. And I was talking to a lady that's older than me, and her husband was very, very abusive to her. And they told her that she couldn't leave him. No matter what he did to her, she could not leave him. And, as bad as I wanted to tell her, you need to go. You need to leave him like yesterday. I left that alone. And the reason why I left that alone is because when she communicated with me, she felt like she was in a safe space to be able to just be who she was. And I feel like if I had been like, leave him, leave him, leave him, I feel like she would have been like, you know what? Now I ain't even got her I can talk to. So I just listened a lot. I really didn't, say a whole lot. And y'all, let me tell you, I would be mad as hell just listening to her and just looking at her. You can tell that she was being abused because you could bump something and she was just like, like, man, like, why? Why would you do this, to her? Just so I said all that to say this. A lot of people was just taught that, they were just taught that. Women back then, they didn't have a voice. All they could do was accept what was dealt to them. Because, back then, women didn't work outside of the home. So they learned how to accept and to deal with a lot of things that they didn't like. They became accustomed to it, you know. Whereas now, things are so different. You know, we can grab that Bible for ourselves and learn it and get the understanding of what it means, because women have been taught that you stay with that man no matter what, you stick with it. That's not what the word of God say. The word of God teaches you, as long as your husband follow Christ, you follow him. If he ain't following Christ, you ain't got no business following him. Now that's the word. But see, in order for you to know the word, you got to study it. Because people will tell you anything. And if it sounds good to you, you're going to believe it. You know? So, yeah, things are different. They different, but why, back to it. Like, I feel like marriages fail because of they don't have the real conversations. They talk about how many kids they want to have. They talk about the house they want to buy. They talk about the business they want to open, but they never talk about sex. Never. Never. Every couple that I have personally counseled, they did not talk about sex until I brought it up. And even when I brought it up, they like kind of timid with it. But if y'all gonna do this, you need to know what she like. You need to know what he like. You need to talk about it and figure out if it's gonna work. Is this something you're gonna agree to? Is this something you're gonna agree to? You can't just get married and just assume that they're gonna light up your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. You be there twiddling your thumbs. So, and then if they don't, then they end up going outside the marriage. And it ain't just men, y'all. It's not just men that goes outside the marriage and cheat. It's women too. Yeah, women, hey, they do it. I don't think that they do it as quick as men do, because most women, if they have children, they think about that. Like, I don't want, I want to try to keep my family together. But, some women, like, look, they will adapt. And yeah, and that's how they do. They feel like they're gonna adapt, and that's it. But I don't know. Y'all. I don't think a man is bold. Well, I don't know. Some of them is. They, bold enough to come to you and be like, you know what? Before you find out, I've been cheating. So, what you gonna do? Ain't no sense in crying and doing all that, because one thing for sure, you get a feeling. You get a feeling when they doing or done something wrong. You get that feeling. You get I can't even describe the feeling, but you get one. And look, God He gives us a discerning spirit. That's why when God tell me something, I don't care what nobody else say, because I know it's true. That's it. You can lie and, well, no, it didn't happen. Yes, it did. It happened just how God told me it happened. Period. Point blank. I've had people tell me, no, that ain't it. But when it's all said and done, they always come back and tell me, you was right, Miss Faye. I'm sorry. You don't owe me no apology. Not at all. Because I know one thing for sure. If God say it, it is so. Do I want to hear everything God say? Do everything sound good to me? No. No, it don't. Sometimes God talk to me and it have me in tears. Yes. And I be sitting up. Sometimes I be sitting right here in this bed praying for other folks. That God just, boom, just drop in my spirit. So, honey, God will give. Yes, He will give you this. Honey, He'll let you know. And especially if you got a strong relationship with God, baby, let me tell you, you better know God don't play about you. You better know He don't play about you. You better know that. He don't play about you. No, He don't. That ain't how He works. That is just not how God operates, y'all. So look, y'all, I done been over here. I've been on here an hour, y'all. I'm gonna get off here for real this time. Cause I am sleepy. I'm so ready, baby. I got my gown sitting over here on the sideline. I'm ready to get in her. Yes, y'all. I'm sleepy. Y'all know I go to sleep right here on the live. Y'all do know that. Baby, I go to sleep and wake up and keep right on talking. I done done it before. But yeah, y'all, it has been good. I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me. Yes, I do. I appreciate y'all, communicating with me and all that good stuff. I just really do appreciate y'all. But anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm not sure about what time, but I'm gonna try to come on early and share some scriptures and stuff with you all, because I know everybody, won't be able to make it out to church and everything. So I'm gonna come back tomorrow, kind of early, and then I may come back again tomorrow evening. But I want to come on early tomorrow, and you know say, we're going to pray, and then we're going to get into some scriptures, and we're going to see what thus said the Lord. So, yes, y'all. So, yeah. So, I am sleepy, and I am going to get myself off of here and get myself ready for the bed, y'all. So listen, y'all know I always need y'all to do one thing for me. I need y'all to stay blessed, okay? That's what I need y'all to do for me. So, y'all, I'm going to get ready and get off of here. I'm going to say good night. Y'all have a blessed and safe night, okay? God bless y'all. I will talk to y'all soon. Okay.